Hi, how's it going? Today I want to talk about this guy right here, this goldfish. This goldfish and his two tank mates, this gourami up top, and this other dwarf gourami down there also. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna say is yes, I have a goldfish with two dwarf gouramis. Yes, there is a heater, and I want to get a little bit into that. Where I live, in the summer it gets 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit. With that being said, a lot of people here have ponds where they keep goldfish, they keep koi. All of that seems to really thrive even in the summer. In the winter, everything gets really cold, so that's primarily what the heater's for. If it's 100 plus degrees outside, those water temperatures in those ponds are pretty hot. As for the heater, what I've always thought is keep your water parameters stable. That heater's in there, but it's so warm recently that it's not even turning on. Okay, another thing people say you shouldn't mix goldfish with anything else because they're extremely dirty fish. Now, I got something to say about that. This guy loves to pick at the bottom, at the substrate, all day long. I'm sure most goldfish love to pick at the substrate all day long. They'll eat from the bottom. I mean, they viciously attack whatever you put in there, as well as these dwarf gouramis. There really isn't a problem in there with aggression. People think dwarf gouramis are pretty aggressive, and yeah, they do have their semi aggressive nature, but as far as the ones I personally have in this fish tank right here, there's no problem. There's no chasing, there's no fighting, none of that. It's a pretty balanced tank. As you can see, the goldfish goes to the substrate to try to pick at it. He's always cleaning. They are messy eaters. They're messy eaters, but at the same time, they go back to the substrate and they try to turn it. They try to find food in the substrate. So even though they're messy, they clean up. You can see there's no problems. There's no aggression. They leave each other alone. The goldfish gets pretty much the same diet as the other ones. I mean, just tropical flakes, which is good for both of them. We got this guy as one of those 12-cent feeder fish at a local pet store, and he really is thriving. He was about an inch when we got him, and I'd say he's pushing a good 3-4 inches now. He's been with us for about, I'd say, maybe 7-8 months. A little bit less than the gouramis, which are around 9 months, I'd say. And yeah, these guys have all been living together ever since then. There's been no problems. I did have to upgrade their tank to a little bigger one, but other than that, there's no problems in there as of right now. The goldfish is doing good. People say that you shouldn't mix them because they're dirty fish. What does dirty fish really mean? It says that they excrete a lot of, people say they excrete a lot of waste, and while this can be true with the right size tank, it's not really too big of an issue. The biggest reason people consider goldfish dirty fish is because they put them in a fish bowl in something about a gallon in a really small 5-gallon tank, and they think that's enough. No, these guys grow big. This guy's gonna grow around 6 inches, maybe a little bigger, and this might not be his forever home. As of right now, he's doing perfectly fine in there. Once he gets bigger, we might have to get rid of him. He got purchased along with two others in a attempt to save their life from being feeder fish, but the other two came in with disease. I didn't treat the other two. I mean, like I said, they were 12-cent fish. I really didn't want to waste meds on them because the meds cost I don't know, over 100 times more than those 12 cents. And, well, cases this guy did end up treating. I dewormed him. I made sure he was good. And as you can see, he's nice and plump. And if you look at the gouramis, so are the gouramis. I mean, yeah, in this tank, everything's working out. Like I said, people know them as cold water fish, but there's a lot of places, not just here where I live, where people have them in really warm environments. People that have ponds during the summer, those ponds get really hot. I can guarantee you the majority don't use chillers to cool them down. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you guys. If you guys were thinking of maybe adding something else with the goldfish, or wondering if the goldfish needed a heater. I mean, in my case, he doesn't really need a heater, but we got tropical fish in here which prefer warmer weather even in winter. So I like to keep that temperature consistent year round. They went through winter with warm water and through summer with warm water, so keep it consistent. Like I said, he's growing, they're stress free, they're thriving in this water. People tell you otherwise, that goldfish can't have any heaters in them. They should be in really cold water, they should be by themselves, you can't mix them. In my experience, that's not really true. Like I said, this is my experience. Someone else could, be looking at this and say, you're completely wrong. I keep goldfish. I know what you're supposed to be doing with them. I know how you take care of them. That's not okay. In my experience, there's nothing wrong. Like I said, these guys don't bother each other. They're thriving in there. All of them are. All of them are pretty beefy. There's no problems in this tank, and that's really what you want. A stress-free environment for your fish. The warm water isn't causing any negative effects on this fish. He hasn't been sick ever since I treated him. And yeah, well, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. If you got any questions, just ask them down below and I'll answer. And yeah, I'll let you guys look at these guys for a minute. Nice and thick. Feed them all the same things. Their temperature stays the same year round. I know when people talk water parameters, they'll talk pH and hardness and all this stuff. Well, I don't mess with the water on this tank at all, so whether it had been just pure goldfish in here or technically softer water fish like these dwarf gouramis, they get the same water. They're all captive bred. They don't really need specific water parameters. Yeah, thank you for watching, and like I said, let me know if you guys got any questions or curious about my experiences with them. Thank you. Like, subscribe, send it out to your friends, anyone that wants to see this. Let me know if you guys want to see something else.